Hello and welcome to this episode of Nick of Time. We'll talk about Knicks vs. Pacers and Knicks vs. 76ers and Bulls vs. Knicks and Nets vs. Knicks and all the other stuff happening in the NBA. Now, the Knicks notes here I have our Pacers were missing some key defenders in the game against the New York Knicks. The Knicks did take advantage of it. They scored pretty well in that game, even though they came up with the loss. They did score pretty well. Yeah, let's talk about the defense because that's what really matters right now. Transition defense just needs to be straight up better. Um, when you're playing teams like the Pacers, are going to run on you, and you got to know that. But there was so many times where the guy was wide open, or just giving up open shots, open threes. That's all the Pacers want to do. All the Pacers want to do is get in transition and get open threes or get open layups. And the Knicks just couldn't defend. Also, 3-point defense. The Pacers score a lot of points when they're at their best. And you know how you get a lot of points? Because you're shooting threes. You're not shooting twos, you're shooting threes. We'll get to that later. But yeah, you shoot threes. So what the Pacers were doing is we're gonna shoot as much threes as possible. You know what the Knicks were doing? They didn't even care. They're just like, Miles Turner, you can shoot another one. Have three wide open. Have three in a row wide open. And let's not even make after he makes three in a row, let's not even make a adjustment. No, let's not make an adjustment. Why are we playing six guys? Why? That's my thing. Like, why are we doing that? It's November. It's early November. Let's not play six guys. Because that's what leads to injuries. That's what leads to people being fatigued. That's what leads to fourth quarter meltdowns when you're fatigued. Need better from Mikal Bridges from the 3-point line and defensively. Need better. Just need better. There's just nothing else, but I just need better defensively. I need him to play that one-on-one lockdown defense that we thought he was going to play. And I think the last game, really unlocked him defensively with the block at the end to win the game. So yeah. Well, Catasagard Embiid did a great job. He did a great job on Embiid. I don't know if that was him not being healthy, but the Cat played pretty well. And that's all we need. He battled with him. He didn't let him catch the ball easily. But yeah, this is where we get to more of the positive side of notes. OG All-Star campaign. I'm going to start it, man. I'm not going to start it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say he's going to make an All-Star game, but the man is playing like an All-Star right now. The way he can defend the heck out of the ball, the way he can attack closeouts, get the mid-range shots, shoot threes at the highest level of his career. He's just playing his creation with the ball. Even yesterday, his creation with the ball was amazing. With Cat out, he had to take some creation opportunities and 3-point opportunities were left on the board. He took a lot of them. Love it. Be confident. OG Anunoby got to the line more. He's getting the line, which means he's doing something well. So there we go. When is Jalen going to heat up? That was tonight. Last night. Last night's the night where Jalen Brunson got heated up. Yes, the game winner, whatever, but he was heated up before that. So great to see him getting back. The 3-point shot looked well. He was able to take the drop, then take the blitz. He was just the Nets couldn't do anything defensively against them, which is vintage Jalen Brunson. The Knicks game against the Bulls, that game, I know it's the Bulls, the Chicago Bulls. They stink. They don't stink, actually. By the way, Kobe White's great. They have Zach LaVine, who's always good. Vucevic, always decent. They have some good role players, so they're not a bad team necessarily. But yeah, I love the grit. The grit when you could be down by 40 or not down by 40, down by 30 on a back-to-back, and people just mailed it. Knicks did not mail it. They came all the way back. They stormed back. They cut to 9. They cut it to 6. They cut to 3. And then the next thing you know, they're in the lead. But it's just mistakes at the end of the game, which unfortunately got them a loss. But I love the grit, and that's kind of like a win itself. I know I don't want to take wins out of like losses because that's just negative. That's just terrible talk right now with the Knicks competing for a championship. But look, the Knicks just really competed. They competed their asses off, but they just couldn't get the W. So that's all it is. Thibs went deep in the bench that game, and the Knicks found success. You know why? Success in the fourth. You know why? Because Thibodeau went deep in the bench. You gotta know that goes with the fourth quarter. If you're getting your players as rested as possible, 38, 39 minutes per game, instead of those 45, 46, that makes a difference in the fourth quarter. That gets Cat going in the fourth. That has Jalen keep going. Like people are not going to get fatigued in the fourth. That's great. Um, yeah, I mean, let's talk about the next game. Ariel Hawkbody. Love that man. He played great. He's just Sims, but like so much better, basically. So it's funny. He's just Sims, but just miles better. But yeah, he had a great game blocking wide. He was just protecting the rim. I would like to see a Cat Hawkbody backcourt or front court. That would be fun. That would be so much fun. Um, could Thibodeau do that? Would Thibodeau do that? Probably not. Probably just waiting for Mitch to come back to do that. But I think that Huck Porty played like Mitch. Basically, it was like a Mitch clone with the way he was just deflecting shots, extra opportunities, hustle. Not like extra opportunities like Mitch when he's at his best and healthy. But he was still just getting those extra opportunities. He looked like he was hustling. He got a big dunk, which electrified the crowd, which I was in. I was so happy I went to that game. Jalen Clutch, man. The Garden was buzzing. That is why I put that as a title because I was there. I was buzzing. The whole stadium was buzzing. The whole arena was buzzing. Fun to see. Jalen Clutch. I mean, I was so mad when the Knicks let up that lead. Um, and I thought it was like, oh, the Knicks are never gonna be able to win like this. They're never gonna be able to do anything if they can't close down in the fourth quarter. But they shut me up and did just that. Jalen Brunson got the ball to Jalen Brunson, got the ball to your captain. He made a three. He said, I'm your captain. I'm going to put the team on my back, and I'm going to make you guys go to bed safely. And Knicks fans felt that. They felt the energy, and whole Knicks team felt the energy on the way back on defense, where Mikal got that block to seal the game. Great ending to this kind of week of basketball for the Knicks. Three OKC Thunder centers injured. Three of them. Jalen Williams, Chet, and Isaiah Hartenstein. What do they do? What does that mean? I mean, that means they have to play some small ball. And it means for other teams, you cannot be just throwing easy passes because they have great length out in the perimeter, and they're really feisty, which means that if you throw a bad pass, that stuff's going the other way. Which you kind of want to slow the game down, get to your big, and let them make a play. If they bring the double, you can work out of that. So that's what the teams are going to try to do. But if they try to throw it around the perimeter, it's probably going to get picked off. So the team's got to be very calm and collective and got to get the ball in the post. Got to see what the Thunder can do with that, and we'll see. But Nuggets getting young contributors and Brown Watson, and Julian Strawther. They are X factor for this team because we knew. I mean, we talked about in the first few games of the season. We overreacted. I'm going to be honest. We overreacted to this Nuggets team and their X factors as I went through the role players. They weren't playing well, and you get when they play well, they win games. Those are the X factors for the team. I know Jokic, 50 points, amazing. He could be an X factor. I mean, you damn sure don't want him don't want him to have 2 points, but the real X factors are the role players because the Nuggets can do whatever the hell they want to if Jokic has 50, but they're still going to lose the game. If the role players don't show up, they're still going to lose. So great to see Bron, Watson, and Julian Strawther getting in the action because damn sure they need him to get in action because this Nuggets team needs their role players right now because Jokic's going to draw two, and you got Julian Strawther in the corner spotting up. You got Bron, and you got Peyton Watson defensively making huge plays. He isn't a 3-point shooter, but those other two guys, and Bron and Julian Strawther are hitting threes at a high level, so that's fine. I know last game Ben Simmons didn't have a productive game, but Ben Simmons having him being productive, having him back to be productive is great to see. I mean, I knew his whole entire career was about, he can't hit his three ball. But, I mean, if he's going to just give you production off that bench or give you production at starting lineup, assist-wise, he's going to play make. His defense always going to be there. So I think that's just fine for a team to expect that. And the Nets really need that right now with them being a team that could push for a playing spot right now. So they're going to need somebody who's productive in Ben Simmons who can offer a lot of things in the basketball court. Man, one of my favorite rookies in this class, probably my favorite rookie in this class, I'm going to be honest. I hate that he went to 76ers, but Jared McCain, flourishing with his offensive opportunities. And, when Tyrese Maxey was out, there's going to be somebody who needs to step up with the ball in their hands. And I know you get Paul George back and I get it. But the point guard, there needs to be a point guard or a guard in general who needs to step up. And that was Jared McCain. He flourished. I mean, the way he just does everything well, and the way he can just put the ball on the floor, create opportunities, and just shoot the ball very well, and the way he's comfortable is just he's just flourishing right now for that 76ers team. And that's the bright spot on the team that is really bad right now. I know injuries, but this team just as a whole right now, as I'm seeing, it's a product in the court right now, really bad. So, but Jeremy McCain's that bright spot on that team. The rookie class is showing himself. I know after that, Jeremy McCain, I'm just gonna say it in general, these few rookies and Clingan Connect and Edie showing themselves. I mean, Clingan had a great defensive game, an amazing defensive game. He's blocking everything for the Trailblazers is and it was really a a big contributor in a win against the T-Wolves, one of those games. So, hey, the Blazers need a spark of hope, and Clingan's giving them that. Connect his shooting impact is big because this Lakers team does not put up a lot of threes. They don't make a lot of threes. So having somebody connect, having the front office get somebody like connect, and his shooting impact being shown is really a product of that front office knowing what they want to get, and they got a guy who could shoot the lead off the ball, and that's what they needed. Edie finding a role in a great team when healthy. So as a big man, he's just getting rebounds, getting out extra opportunities for this team. That if you get extra opportunities for this healthy Grizzlies team, they're gonna cash in. I know right now with this non-healthy Grizzlies team, they may not cash in an extra opportunity, but every team kind of needs that though. So and every team kind of needs extra opportunities, even like the Wizards or Pistons. Extra opportunities are great for every single team. So if he can do that, that would be nice for them, and also just score a little bit. If he's on a smart defender, he could bring those college post moves to the game. Um, Both Knicks and Timberwolves are trying to find themselves following the trade, um, find their footing following the trade, which is it's really like you knew that was going to happen because of how close that trade happened to training camp, or how close that trade happened to the first preseason game. It was really close. But yeah, the Timberwolves right now with them, they're kind of in this place of they don't know how to use Julius Randle. They don't know what the Julius Randle experience is really. Um, it's a lot of just bad body language for him, and they need to understand that. And they also need to just embrace what he's going to do on the offensive side of the ball. They need to really embrace that more. I know Anthony Edwards is a great player, but he's got to embrace what Randall's going to bring on the court because he's an All NBA player when you get him right. And I think the Timberwolves got to unlock him. The Knicks did a great job of unlocking him. Timberwolves got to do a good job of unlocking him, and they just haven't done it so far. Which we'll see them kind of get him unlocked because the Timberwolves seems great. So they'll know how to unlock him. They have players like Conley, and Edwards, which will definitely unlock him. But they just need to keep their footing. They need to find their footing, and DiVincenzo needs to find his footing shooting the ball, which you know, good. Even the greatest shooters go into slumps. So DiVincenzo is a great shooter. He needs to get his shot back. Kings, man, the Kings need to shoot the three ball well. They need to if they want to be one of those Wild West teams that kind of are wild for other teams. They could give another team a scare. So and they could make a good big time playoff push and push another amazing team to the edge. So if they want to do that, they need to hit the three ball well. Of course, they need to use that 3 point game against the Suns. 15 for 28 is a launch pad because they shot a very good game against the Suns. They pulled off a win, and they need to use that going forward. Um, Bucks need Giannis to drop 50 to have a chance to win. Big thing for them. They need to have role players. Even Jokic, when you don't have role players, you're going to lose games. If you don't have role players producing, you're going to lose games. I mean, today it was 22 points for Torian Prince. That was a game they could have won against the Hornets. So you see, they could win games. They're having a chance to win games. If they have big games from their role players, they don't even need big games. They could have like a 12 point from there from Torian Prince, a 10 point from Pat Connaughton. They could just do that, but they just need every role player to show up in like timely fashion. But right now, there's no role players that are showing up. I think the biggest development for the Rockets, in my opinion, is the way Şengün is defended. I think it's a rim production for him. That's what Ime Udoka said about him. And how is he asked what is Şengün doing the best defensively? He said rim protection. I think that's huge because some games the Rockets want to have Şengün on the bench, throwing defensive opportunities late in the fourth. But now they can't really pull him out at all because he's just protecting the rim amazingly. I think it's great to see him working in the offseason. He said he worked in the offseason of defense, was a It's a big priority of him to work on. So it was great to see that work coming to fruition for him on defensive end. The Wemby 3-point diet. I honestly I like it for right now because man, his big thing coming out of the overseas was he could shoot that 3-point ball. He's 7 foot 1,000. He's 8 foot and he can shoot the 3-point shot. So you're telling me he can't shoot that 3-point shot anymore? So what's the point? Let him shoot the three ball a little bit. Let him shoot it a little bit. Because then teams will be like, what the hell? What the hell are we doing? And you know what? It's just let him shoot the three ball more. Because that's what the thing. That's what the thing he got drafted for. Is that he's a 7 foot 1,000 demon, but he can also shoot the three ball. So teams wanted that. Teams were tanking for that. So for him to abandon that in the second year, just don't do that, man. Just keep shooting. Keep shooting those three ball. Unless I don't want you to take a full court, right. I don't want you to take like a big time, like a half court three when you don't need to. Obviously don't do that, but you know, take those threes that are right behind the line. You don't need to take those heaves. You don't need to do that, but you can take those threes behind the line on a pick and pop. Get yourself involved in the offense. I mean, have those threes come in the offense, like come within the offense, and I think they're gonna get them a lot of threes in that offense. Um, as I said, Brooklyn Nets are freaking feisty, man. They're gonna give you a hard time if you're a team like the Knicks who are contending for a championship. Team like what's another team competing? Even the Celtics. If you're a team like the Celtics, they're gonna give you a hard time. They have a great squad right there. They have not a great squad. They have a good squad right there with Cam Thomas being an amazing scorer as he is, and just they have those defenders. So I think they're like a perfectly good team that will give those championship contenders a scare. They did a great job against the Knicks. They just couldn't pull it out at the end, but they are gritty. They're very gritty, and they won't go away. Having it. That's gonna do it for this episode of the Nick of Time. Make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel if you're as big of a Knicks/NBA fan as me, because I'll be pumping out this content every week long, all season long, every week. Peace out, have a nice day, and let's go Knicks.